So Disney seems to be upsetting a lot of their employees right now. Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button, and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
Come on, push the button!
Yeah, come on, push your button!
Normally, I don't like to make a lot of videos on the same subject, but this is just too good to be true. What can I say? I take a little bit of pleasure in the fact that Disney is having legal issues. I also find it ironic that Disney's employees are turning on them for, of all things, because of how they are treating their female employees. This is Disney, after all, the very leaders of the women's empowerment movement in Hollywood. Or so they would have you think. This is the company that claims to be all about representation and giving women the voice that they never had. Yet they suddenly want a female employee to just shut up and be happy with what she's got.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
When Scarlett Johansson sued Disney last week for $50 million in lost bonuses due to them releasing Black Widow on Disney+, I assumed that it would lead to a quick settlement just so they can make this all go away. I just figured that Disney would want to maintain their high moral ground position and get this over with quickly, just so they can get back to making soulless movies as soon as possible. But instead, they fired back at ScarJo, saying that there is no merit to this suit whatsoever. And they even accused ScarJo of blatantly disregarding the effects of the pandemic. They also mentioned how she's been paid $20 million already for Black Widow, basically insinuating that she's already been paid everything that she's due. This feels like Disney's equivalent to Woman Get Back in the Kitchen.
Get your big butt back in the house.
This response did not go over well with a lot of people, and rightfully so. Organizations like Time's Up and Women in Film didn't take kindly to Disney painting ScarJo as insensitive to the world's problems, just because she is asking for something she is contractually obligated to receive. Now, I don't have a horse in this race, but I happen to agree. As I already mentioned, I believe Disney are the ones who are being insensitive about the world's problems.
Fuck me, right?
By taking advantage of people who are stuck at home and charging them an additional $30 on top of their Disney Plus subscription fee just to watch a movie. HBO Max puts movies out for free the same day that they're available in theaters. Why can't Disney? Because Disney likes to cut corners financially and make up for the poor investments they make. Actually, let me rephrase. It's not the investments that are bad. It's the lack of creativity and effort that they put into those investments that sometimes causes them to fail, and this forces them to find alternate ways to make up that money. Imagine all the money they spent on Black Widow because they advertised this movie twice, essentially. They gotta make that money up somewhere, right?
That makes sense.
Now to complicate things further, Kevin Feige is reportedly angry and embarrassed for how Disney responded to ScarJo. Disney's golden goose, the godfather of the Marvel comedic universe, doesn't seem to care for Disney's shady practices. Apparently, former Hollywood Reporter-editor Matt Belloni,
It's just baloney. My baloney has a first name.
has sources that say Feige was against the hybrid release of Black Widow from the very start. Now, I'm against streaming services pretty much just in general, because I believe they're one of the worst things to happen to entertainment outside of Disney, because all they seem to do is flood the market with average to below average content just to justify their price points.
That's right, it stinks!
Belloni wrote that, quote, "When the shit hit the fan and the movie started tanking, and Johansson's team threatened litigation, Feige wanted Disney to make this right with her," end quote.
We use words like honor, code, loyalty.
To be clear, I don't think the movie tanked just because it was released simultaneously on Disney+. I think what really happened is that after that first week, word of mouth got out there and people just realized it wasn't worth watching. So this is all smoke and mirrors just to distract you from the fact that this movie wasn't good enough to sustain viable box office numbers in its second week. Maybe this is your clue to not film a movie from a script that was written in 11 days. Yes, I'm going to keep bringing that up.
I don't give a fuck.
Now, as far as the actual lawsuit goes, I hope Emma Stone and Emily Blunt follow suit and sue them as well. Shit, let's make this a party.
I don't see how that's a party.
Now Disney's gonna have to think twice in their negotiations because people are more informed about the bullshit they try to pull. This complicates things for Disney, it complicates things for streaming services, both of which are two of my biggest reasons why modern entertainment sucks, so I say go nuts. Folks, the bottom line here is that we need to preserve the theater experience. That's all I really care about, and that's what I'm really hoping comes from this. I could honestly care less whether these rich broads get their money or not, but if this leads to production companies thinking twice before dumping movies onto streaming services, then I'm all for it. These companies have just got too comfortable and they needed a reality check. It's just really ironic that the people who are giving them this reality check are the same people they claim to care so much about. Now if we could get a major star to just come out and complain about them making shitty movies, we'd really be getting somewhere. I want to be excited about new movies again, but as long as creatively bankrupt companies are dominating the market, that will never happen. So let me know what you thought about all this in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Nah.